Today's episode is brought to you by Factor. Factor's got them good meals headed right to your house. Now let's jump into this podcast.
Hello, everybody, it's time for Ghost and Crendor.
Crendor in the morning.
In the morning. Broadcasting live. In 4 hour recording studio. Recording. Wake your ass up, it's the Crendor in the morning.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to an exciting episode of Cax and Crendor in the morning.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Thank you. I was trying to get over the fact that I don't know why I was like, delivered right to your, and I didn't know whether to say house or home, and I went with house. And I'll be honest, house sounds weird. Home sounds better.
It does. Yeah, because like a house is like a house, but a home, that could be anything.
Right. Well, now I realize that, so I had to really make up for it with the intro.
Yeah, I think you did.
Well, thank you. I tried.
How you doing?
I'm so tired. I'm so tired. However, I realize that I'm not the only person hurting in the world. We did a show last night that for some reason for Chilluminati started at 10:30 p.m. And that's whatever. It just made me tired today. But the part of the story that's important is that everyone there, all the people that we had, guests and hosts, people I talked to, everyone was like, oh, I pinched a nerve in my back, or I heard something in my neck. And I'm like, oh, thank God. I don't feel totally terrible. I thought like maybe I was a problem. Turns out everyone's just getting old. And you know what? I'm here for it.
Listen, I've been here for it for the last 5 years. I've been waiting. Everyone's just like, old man Crendor.
But you're not old.
Like, just wait.
You're just like a guy. You're like a normal guy.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, well, all right. Not normal, but guy. Like, definitely guy.
That is true.
Yeah, so like that,
Where are you going with this?
other people's pain makes me feel better about my pain.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm not too upset like, oh man, I hurt my back or whatever, because then like other people do it too, and I'm like, oh well, okay.
Yeah.
As long as they're hurting too, that's where I'm at mentally. As long as other people are feeling physical pain, then I'm okay.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. There's plenty of times where I felt like, ugh, then you'd see other people going through it too, and you're like, nice, I'm not the only one. It does make you feel better.
Exactly. Yeah. And you know what? Sure, that might make me less of a nice person, but F it. I hope their pain is equal or lesser than mine. Not greater. I wouldn't wish that on anyone.
Yeah.
But, at least so we're on the same page.
Yeah. No, 100%.
I want that balanced level playing field. I don't want someone with less pain doing better than me. I want to see them be equally hurt.
Yeah. It's people like, what podcast do you listen to? It's like, oh, one where some guy says he wants everybody to get hurt. Oh, okay.
You know what? I'd be lying if I said anything else.
Yeah, we don't lie around here.
No lies. This is this is an hour of pure truth.
Yeah, pure truth.
Pure truthers.
Yeah, I was on your show on God, what day? Friday? I don't even know.
It was Friday. Yes, that's true.
Yeah, I remember because I had to wake up at like 9:45 a.m. Terrible.
Yeah, that must have been so bad for you.
It was. I'm still thinking about it.
I woke up at 6.
Yeah, I mean, well, when do you go to bed?
11 p.m., I think.
Yeah, well, there's why. I went to bed at like my normal 4 a.m. Listen, I can't like switch up my circadian rhythm clock or whatever. Like if I try to go to bed earlier, so I'm like, I gotta wake up earlier. I just can't do it.
I guess you should try some melatonin or like a sleep drug. I don't know what you would like a sleep drug.
Got your solution to that. It's just like, I don't know, take drugs.
Well, for one night, I would say do that. Normally, I would say find a rational sleep schedule, but for one night like this, take something and wake up early like a normal person. Just because you're like, well, I'm used to going to bed when the sun comes up, and this is unruly. How dare you make me change my schedule? Well, that's a you problem.
Listen, just because society functions that way. All right. There's plenty of people go to bed at night. There's like doctors. There's like night shift workers. People that stock the shelves. Bunch of people. But guess what? Nobody cares because the majority is ruled by the morning wakers.
You can't tell me what to do, man. I'm not one of those morning wakers. I'm a night owl, man.
Yeah.
My life, I live one hoot at a time.
One hoot at a time.
Ooh, I'm a night owl.
Oh, you know what? That kind of reminded me of I don't remember where I heard it, but somebody brought up sonder. You know what sonder is?
I mean, the concept of sondering?
Yeah.
Yeah?
So that was just making me think because someone was like, dude, like everybody, I'm at this sports game and like everybody here has their own lives, but there's like thousands of people here and they're all living their own thing. And then someone was like, yeah, that's sondering.
So are you caught up in the concept of recognizing that everyone is going through their own lived experience and that a day-to-day moment is not a reflection of them as a person?
Yeah.
You're kind of like, damn, dude, we're all living beings with dreams and hopes. And I don't want them to find out that my dream is to die in an orgy. Like that kind of thing.
Yeah. I don't know if I was going that far.
I feel like you were. I don't think that's a stretch. I feel like that's where you were headed.
But I think that's why I also enjoy the people watching and listening because you're getting a glimpse into their lives, right? Like I think that's what I enjoy more than anything. Like I don't even like some people like you listen to them because you're judging them, and I'm like, no, I just want to hear what they're like talking about, like how their life is. It's like a mini story.
Is that why you don't watch TV much? Is because life is your TV, man?
No, I still watch TV.
Oh, all right, never mind. Well, hold on, then we gotta come up with a reason that makes cool sense, not just like when I'm out, I like to voyeur people.
Yeah, but you do too.
Well, yeah, but I do it because I'm definitely like the people I watch. I don't watch everyone. I
Right.
definitely target the people I'm instantly judging. Everyone who's attacking you should be attacking me. Because I won't watch people unless someone does something crazy, and then I am absolutely focused on you for the rest of the time that I'm there.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm like that too. I mean, yeah, I don't do that to everybody. Like if people are just walking around, it's like whatever. But usually it's when they're talking loud enough or they're crazy.
Right, but you'll have conversations about like an old lady was having a conversation with another old lady about like kids these days, and you'll talk about that. Me, I wouldn't care about that conversation. I would wait until one of the old ladies was like, you know who I hate? J. Edgar Hoover. He once went on a date with me, and let me tell you, very handsy. Like, then I tune in. I'd be like, okay, now this is something to listen to.
I think a part of it is it's like I wouldn't even mind just having a discussion with them. You know what I mean? Like the old lady's being like, no, I listen. Like that one lady, like years ago, she was just like, that guy on the Weather Channel, what's his name? What's the Jim Cantori? She's like, Jim Cantori was at my daughter's college and we got to meet him and it was very cool. And like, I like listening to that because one, it's like an interesting story into her life. And two, I was like, I want to like join into that conversation and be like, Jim Cantori, like the Weather Channel. But like, that's also weird. So then you're like also implying that you've been listening. And all that stuff.
Sure.
But listen, at that point, they probably don't care anyway. They're just happy someone's talking with them.
You're a different type of listener than I am. You are a people observer. You're a world-weary traveler, one who has experienced life and wants to share in the adventure with others. And me, I'm a creep. I'm like, what kind of weird thing did this creep do? Let me sneech on this creep.
Let me sneech on this creep. That's a thing you just said.
Yeah, and I stand by it. Right? Because snooch is, if you snooch something, that's the passive. The active is sneeching.
Right.
I don't make this up. Those are the rules.
Oh, that reminds me too. So last week on Wednesday or Thursday, I don't remember. I went to a place with my friend because we got a burger, we got a beer, and we sat at the bar. He was like, "Oh, sit at the bar." We're like, "Okay." So we're sitting at the bar, eating the burger, drinking a beer, and then these two guys show up, probably like mid-40s. They looked like they'd be teachers or something, but like cool teachers. You know what I mean?
Okay, sure.
And so I was like, "Oh, okay." And they start talking, but then like they start jamming out with the music playing. So they're playing like rock and like country. It was like a rock country, but it was weird. And
Do you mean they were just
like,
bopping their heads, or were they jamming? Like they just got up on stage and started rocking out?
one guy was like doing the like drumming the table.
Sure. I mean, like that's cool.
Yeah, and then there's drinking whatever. And the one guy had a beer, the other guy had a high noon. He had the seltzer, and then he like turned to us, and we're just like sitting there, like we were close by, and he goes, "Man, you know, I'm just like I can't drink beer. I can't have gluten." And we were like, "Oh, that sucks." And then the other guy was like, "Yeah, man, this is just like Zeppelin with the guitars." And we were like, "All right, yeah, that's cool."
Wait, what were their trains of thought? One guy's like, "Man, I can't drink beer." And the other guy's like, "Zeppelin rules."
I think he was still rocking out too hard. The other guy was just like having a moment.
Here's my question for you, and I want to know what you think, because you were there in the moment.
Right.
You saw this man's face. Mm-hmm. Do you think this was him looking at your beers and saying, "Man, I wish I had a beer"? Or was he looking at you guys and thinking you were judging him for drinking a high noon and said, "Oh, I can't do beers because gluten," right? Or was he trying to like make sure he was like, "I'm still manly though, guys. I'm still very manly"?
I think
What was the vibe?
I think he kind of wanted a beer, but it gets better.
Okay.
Because then, as he's drinking the high noon, he goes, "It'd be cool if like this thing had, you know, like a small amount of mushrooms in it." And he's like, and you know, it's
All
like,
right.
and he's like, it's called like a high noon, but like it could be a shroom. And then my friend was just like a high shroom, and he's like, "Yeah."
You know what? Sounds like you guys made lifelong friends there that day.
And it's more like 10-minute friends than we like.
Yeah. But this is a great example of like guys in any situation can suddenly just start talking to each other.
Yeah.
There's no rhyme to it. There's no reason. It's just like, well, now we're talking.
In fact,
okay, see you later.
This is the same place where like months ago, there were those two guys that started talking after they had like a shit ton of beer, and they gave us the Bismarck thing where it's like the Jaeger and the
Sure.
beer. Like that play, it's just, I don't know what it is. It's like two guy friends are always like, "Hey, two other guy friends, you guys want to talk about rock and beer?" Like, okay. But anyway.
Okay.
Then I was like, "Oh yeah, don't they make like weed drinks like that already?" Because I remember seeing you have one.
Oh, they definitely do. What's crazy is there's a PBR version. Literally, there's a PBR version of it. Yeah.
And the guy goes, "Yeah, they got those, but like shrooms got higher medicinal properties." And I was like,
Sure? I don't
I was
know.
like,
I
I don't
no
know if that's a factual statement, but I just let him have it. I was like, "Oh, okay."
I'll be real. I'm not doing any of it for the medicinal properties.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I had a long day. That's as far as I go. It's, you know what? I had a long day. I don't want to. Yeah, that's it. There's nothing else to it.
Yeah. And then after that, they just started like talking to each other again, rocking out. And then I was like, "All right, well, we've been here a while. I'm going to leave." That was that.
Were they like, "See you later, brother"?
No, they were talking. They were just like, "See you guys later." And they're like, "Hey, have a good one." That was it. The classic.
I'm curious what you would think of. So, in Disneyland, at the Star Wars World, whatever the hell that place is called, Galaxy's Edge,
Yep.
there's a bar there. And the bar is one of those things we have to like register in advance, and you get a time slot, and you can only stay for 45 minutes. It's an experience, but they do have drinks in there. There's this one drink that numbs your mouth.
Oh.
It's very bizarre, but it's delicious. It's just bizarre.
Yeah.
And they have beers and different things, and you get shuffled in, and then you're randomly placed either at a table or a standing, I guess a table, standing table,
Right.
or the bar. The thing is, no matter where you're at, they're sitting you with other random people.
Right.
So it is a bunch of people that have spent the entire day walking around a park who are just tired and just want to drink. And everyone's kind of like, whatever. But they force you all into a small area together. So I'm there with my group. And then across from us are these two women. One who is, I'm going to say 50, and one who just turned 21. And my dude, I could not tell you their relationship at all because they were both holding hands the entire time, but also worked together, but also could be mom and daughter, but also could be dating. I don't know. I didn't ask, didn't inquire, wasn't my business.
Yeah.
And then next to us was a group of 5 somehow already drunk Asian dudes. And they spoke not a lick of English. So that was our table. And we had the most fun. It was great. The Asian dudes kept on just being like, oh, beer, beer, beer. They just kept screaming beer, 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 beer.
I feel it.
And the woman across from us, those women worked at a brewery, so they were like trying to tell these guys about the beer, but they didn't understand a word. So they started telling us about the beer, and we all were having this conversation about beer. And then when all the drinks arrived, none of us got beer. We all got the weird Star Wars drinks. It was very funny.
That is pretty funny. Yeah, I saw that happening, and I was like, it was crowded, so I was like, oh my god, yeah, you gotta reserve that, I guess.
The thing is, you can also lie. I'm not saying I did, but I know someone who may have, named Jesse. I literally was like, yeah, I registered for it. The problem is I didn't get an email, and I don't know what's going on. And the woman was like, oh, that happens a lot. Let me just input your name. And I was like, she's like, I'll get you down for an hour from now. Is that okay? I'm like, that's perfect. Yeah, so we just wandered around Star Wars land for a little bit.
Dude, half the time you can't I remember, I think it was PAX East or something, one of those. Davis was there. And I remember we're trying to get in, the line was too long, and he's like, really, all you got to do is pretend you're really dumb. And just be like, I don't know where I am or why this is happening. He's like, and then half the time it works. You just get in. So we walk through the one door, and we were just like, oh, and the lady's like, hey, you can't go through there. And we were like, oh, what? What? And she's like, whatever. They just let you walk. And so it's true. If you just pretend like you're stupid, you don't know where you are, why you're there. You're just like, what? What's going on? They're just like, oh, they're just dumb. Let them go.
Or if you have an air of authority.
Yeah.
If you really can get away with pretending, it's straight up just D&D dice rolls.
It is.
It's deception and intimidation and all. It's straight up just like, all right, here's the plan. I'm going to just pretend I don't understand. All right, let's hope I get a 20 and just go for it. Yeah. It's the exact same thing.
Yeah, you did it. You just show up. You're just like, yeah, I had a thing. And then you're just, confident with it. And they're like, well, he's got to have a thing.
Yeah, and the thing is, she kept I don't see your name here. And I didn't give up the bit. I was just like, it said yes. And as you can see here, I definitely clicked it. And she's like, well, it doesn't show registered. I'm like, oh, well, hold on, let me load. And because my internet was bad that day, it wouldn't load. And I was like, oh, this is perfect. She's like, yeah, I see the problem. Internet's terrible around here. All right, let me just put you in. I was like, whoa. I'm not going to wait. The wait, we were there at 11 a.m. to see if we could get in line for this thing. The wait through the app was already to 9:30 p.m. No way would I not try to scam my way in there. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
9:30? We wanted to go on the Haunted Mansion, and thankfully, I don't know if you ever used the Disney app. That thing is a piece of shit. Basically what they do is they say to you, hey, if you pay us extra, you can use this Genie app. And what it does is it lets you plan stuff in advance, so you don't have to wait in line. I'm like, great. So we can schedule stuff for the entire day once we get there. So first off, you can't schedule anything until you're in the park. So already, I couldn't do any sort of scheduling until we arrived. Once we arrived, I go to figure out, what do you want to do? And everyone's like, we want to go see Haunted Mansion at night. Great. So I go Haunted Mansion, 8:30 p.m. Boop, we're good. Then I go to schedule the next thing, and it's like, sorry, you can only schedule things once every few hours. Please check back in at 2 p.m. to schedule your next event. And I was like, bro, are you kidding? I could schedule 3 things the entire day.
Oh my God.
What? And we paid, I don't remember how much extra for this. So if someone's out there who's like, Jesse, how dare you scam the good people of Disney? They scammed me first. I was like, yeah, we're going to go to this. We're going to go to the Star Wars bar. We're going to go and schedule to get a good dinner. We're going to try and make sure we get in Pirates and Indiana Jones. And all this. No, we couldn't do any of that. I was so mad. I was like, this is the scammiest thing I've ever seen. So yeah, I don't give a damn. If I'm going to Disney, I'm going to do what I can to go to all the rides and stuff I need to get on.
You heard it here first. He will scam you. If you try to scam him.
Yeah, here's the thing, not even try. They scammed me first.
Yeah.
It's not even a try. They did. They took my money and I got nothing valuable out of it. So once that happens, I'm like, all right, I see the game we're playing.
Yeah. No, it's I agree. You gotta listen, if they're doing that, you gotta fight fire with fire in that case.
Yeah. I was so mad, dude. I was like, all right. That's it. That's fine. Thankfully, it was like the middle of the week, so it wasn't anything crazy. And the lines weren't too bad, but there were still so many people. And a lot of the people are, look, Disney adults, I love you. Bless your sweet souls. Enjoy what you enjoy. But my God, the amount of Disney adults who just stand in the middle of the way. You've clearly been to Disneyland 12 billion times. Why do you need to stand there and like block it? Like, we got to get the right shot, Steve. All right, get your angle. Get the angle. We want to have the castle in the background. I'm like, I just want to get through. I just want to get through.
Instagrammers. Also, that reminds me, I was thinking about this, but like, I hate how much the internet is everywhere now. You know what I mean?
Go on.
Because like now everybody's TikToking in public. Everyone's making videos in public. Everybody's Snapchatting and taking selfies and doing everything in public. Instagram stuff. Like everybody's constantly on the internet in the world. I liked, like early 2000s up to like maybe like 2015 even, where like it was the internet was like a fun thing. You had to go on your computer to get to, or even if you had a phone, it was like limited. There wasn't like all these apps and stuff. It's just like it was less accessible, but it was still accessible. And I feel like now there's just it is too much. There's too much dopamine.
I think maybe you're putting the blame on the whole, like the internet as a whole, rather than the inconsiderate parts of the internet, right? Like Snapchat or Instagram, or if you want to film your video outside and do like your little thing, have fun. That's the type of person I'm going to watch, by the way, going back to our first conversation.
Yeah.
The people who are like, I'm going to try and do a dance move. Like, I failed the dance move. I'm going to try again. I failed. I will watch you the entire time. But I think the problem that I have isn't that everyone does it. The problem I have is that the people who are just, I'm going to stop traffic to take this photo.
Right.
Or I'm going to do a dance move on an escalator in the middle of, right? Or LA does this all the time. Like, I'm going to stop my car in the middle of the road, jump out, take some like video, and then jump back in, stopping traffic for at least 2 red lights. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's asshole maneuver. But it's this vibe of like, I can do whatever I want because I'm like internet famous or whatever.
Yeah.
That's trash. You're a trash person. You suck. But if Tina wants to do some sort of video where she's TikToking and have fun. Like, as long as you're not in my way or hurting anyone, I don't care what you do. But it's the people that actively are like, I'm important. I hate you. I hate you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I agree with that. I think it's the people that are interrupting other people's lives. They're just getting in the way because they're like, yeah, I'm pretty cool. It used to happen, right? Like the old prank videos and stuff, but it was like such a limited thing. Now it's like much more prevalent because everybody's just like TikTok, YouTube, and like everybody, like back in the day when something would go viral, literally everybody would be like, dude, this thing went viral. Like people would pick up on it. Like you'd go on like Ellen and shit, like you made a viral cat video. And then now it's just like, oh yeah, that went viral. It'll be gone in like a day. Anyway, what's next? Like it's insane.
That is pretty messed up how quick everything moves. It's the same thing with scandals and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Anytime there's a crazy scandal, roughly 7 days people care, and then they no longer care because we're moving on to something else. Yeah, it does worry me a lot about attention spans and the iPad the world as a whole. Yeah, it is a little worrying. Yeah, but it's nothing new. I mean, the time frame of it and the attention we have, that's a new phenomenon, and that's something I'm sure we'll be dealing with for a while.
Yeah.
But when we were younger, people did pranks and all this. Like you were saying, we did all this stuff. We acted stupid. People did stuff in traffic or whatever. But the thing is, they did it for the friends who were present.
Yeah.
Not for the internet as a whole, right? You do something stupid because you're trying to make your friends laugh. And then you did, and then it was like, all right, we're done. Instead, it wasn't like, I made my friends laugh, so I'm going to keep doing the exact same thing 500 times in case anyone else on the internet didn't see it the first time.
Yeah.
And that's,
But then you make your friends laugh, and then you also put it on the internet, and then you're like, dude, guys, look at this go up in views. And everyone's like, oh my God, this guy's getting views. And then you're like, yeah, I'm cool as well. It's like you're getting
I don't even think it's about making friends laugh. I think I'm going to go to a hardware store and annoy people in the hardware store for the internet. Yeah. Like, I think it's about like the shock value of, look at this guy. He's touching old men's butts at the hardware store. I wonder if anyone's going to hit him. It's like part of the rage bait of like, man, I hope some guy hits this dude.
Yeah. No, it's definitely true.
Sucks. It
does suck. That's what I hate the most is like how crazy it's gotten. Like I don't have a problem with like that's why I said like 10 years ago even, because you still had like iPhones and like smartphones and stuff, but it wasn't how it is today. Like I hate it. Makes me mad.
I can tell. I don't know that I'm upset about it, but I am upset about the people involved. You know what I mean? Like there's certain people that I don't like you. I don't think it's an internet thing. I think it's just a person thing. There are certain people who have strong main character energy.
Yeah.
And just not a fan. Not a fan of them. Never have been. Never will be. It's just a thing I have. So I can tolerate a lot. I'm very tolerant of a lot of stuff, except for people who are just up their own butt. Not a fan.
Yeah. Plus, it's like, how many of these people would do these things if they weren't making money from it?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Yeah.
Like
and that's what the shock factor is. The more views, the more money, and so they do more shocking. I do not care for it.
Yeah, it's dumb. But go pre-order my crocodile plush at makeshift.com/product. I'll put a link in the description.
Awesome. So cool.
This will also be irrelevant after this promotion ends and someone listens to this years later, but that's fine.
They'll know they missed out.
Yeah. We're 142 out of 200 with 8 days to go.
You're almost there. You're almost there.
71%. Just got to get that extra bump.
So I did want to bring this up because last night when we did our show, like I said earlier, we got bumped to 10:30 and we had to go to a different venue. Right. And that venue had a show on before us. And it was a band that was led by a beautiful young woman. It was but it was very much like girl rock, where
right.
Every time we were there early, so we got to listen to it. And it was very good. The band was great. Her voice was great, but all the songs were just like, so this song I wrote about an ex, but I was watching the movie Titanic and it made me think about my uncle who died during COVID. And I realized it was never about my ex. It was about my uncle and how Titanic is my favorite movie. Like that was like the lead of the song. One song was like, have you ever just wanted to get away and just bring a nice cozy blanket and hide out somewhere? Have you ever just sat in a car and kept the air conditioning on and just like sat there on a hot day and thought about love? And I was like, okay, sure. But the crowd, this is what blew my mind. The crowd was 85% big buff dudes. And I don't know if those dudes were cruising that venue to find girls, or they're just big fans of this band. I don't know, my man. They weren't like hanging out because they were just like, you know what? I love this band. It really touches my emotionality. They were like, came out like, yeah, I need another 6 beers. Like that was the vibe.
Right.
And I couldn't figure it out to save my life. And what's even weirder is in the green room, as the band was packing up to leave, they took all the bags that were there except for one. There was one bag, it was a Sephora bag, and in it were like 30 panties.
What?
Dude, like various sizes and shapes. And they left that bag, and I don't know why they left it. It was just lacy, thin, thong. It was all in there. We were just like, what do we do with this bag?
I don't know. Did they like throw them on the stage?
I don't know. And here's the question. Was it the ladies who threw the panties on the stage, or did the men bring panties and throw them? I don't know, my man.
Yeah,
I have no answers for you. But I will say when the women came out, when it ended, there was, many couples, but I think there might have been like 3 single women who left that venue. Everyone else were like dudes meeting their like these two guys. One guy's out there and he's drinking one beer and he has another beer in his hand, and another guy comes out and he's like, "Bro, I didn't know you were here." And they like, "What up, dude?" And they're like slapping hands. And I'm just like,
What the
hell is this band? Telling you, I clearly am out of the music scene because I don't know what is cool anymore. I don't know. It's like, what is happening here?
I have no idea. I mean, you don't even know if this is like a popular band or if it's just like an underground type band or like what's going on.
It was their last leg of their tour, so I imagine they're popular enough to have a tour.
Yeah,
but I don't know anything about this band. They sounded great. Whoever was on the drums killed it. That dude was amazing. But it was also just, again, the exact same equivalent of any type of girl rock you can imagine.
right.
Where the lyrics are just like, pain is inside of me because I'm a girl.
And you broke up with me
Yeah.
and stole my homework answers.
It wasn't like too profound lyrically,
Right.
but it was, the music was great and her voice was great. It's just one of those things where I clearly didn't get it.
Right.
And I guess everyone there does, and bless them. It was a wild thing to see. Like, I have no hate. I loved the music. I just don't understand it. Like, what the audience is. Because again, when we arrived, all I saw in the crowd was a bunch of dudes. And it wasn't until it started filtering out that I started to see some women, and I was like, what the hell? What is... And this could be one of those things where everyone in the crowd was like, that lead singer's so hot, dude. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. But I'd like to believe that and it wasn't just muscle-bound dudes. It was like buff guys with like hats backwards, like buff guys wearing like denim jackets, buff guys with like tank tops, with the tank tops had like Supreme on, like that kind of vibe. I don't know what their fan base is, but my God, I'd like to believe it's really sentimental buff dudes. They're just like, I like when she sings about crying alone in the shower. It really touches me. And I just need a hug, bro.
I too remember the Titanic with my uncle through the days.
It's one of my favorite movies. I just wish they would have left room for Jack on that dresser or door or whatever the hell they were on.
My heart will go on.
Damn, dude. Yeah, I couldn't figure it out, but I kept thinking about that when you were talking about watching people. That's all I did was watch these guys. And they weren't just like, anytime anyone thinks like LA, like, oh, right. I love it. No, it's just, I wish I had answers. I wish you did too.
But some things don't have answers.
And that's the beauty of life, man.
That's the beauty of life.
You know what else is beautiful?
Yes.
Factor meals. Hey, correct. Yes. This holiday season, you might be looking for nutritious, convenient meals to keep you energized on jam-packed days. And trust me, as we get closer to the 24th, 25th, 26th, the 1st, oh my goodness, lot of energy will be needed. Well, Factor is America's #1 ready-to-eat meal delivery service. It can help you fuel up with breakfast, lunch, dinner, chef-prepared, dietitian-approved, ready-to-eat meals delivered right to your door. You'll save money, you'll save time, you'll eat well, and you'll stay on track with your healthy lifestyle while you tackle all your holiday to-dos. Skip the stress of meal prepping over the holidays. You know that's going to suck. Choose from over 35 weekly flavor-packed, fresh, never frozen meals that support a healthy lifestyle and meet your meal preferences. All delivered right to your door and ready to eat in 2 minutes. Looking for a special occasion meal this holiday? Level up with Gourmet Plus options, prepared to perfection by chefs and ready to eat in record time. Enjoy premium ingredients like broccolini, leeks, truffle butter, and asparagus. The best part is, all of the meals, again, are dietitian approved with 550 calories or less per serving. And they even have some Protein Plus meals, 30 grams of protein or more per serving. And they have extra convenience of 45 plus additional add-ons for your various tastes. You can have different breakfast items like apple cinnamon pancakes or bacon and cheddar egg bites or potato, egg, and bacon breakfast skillet. You can also have pressed juices or smoothies or shakes, all sorts of add-ons you can add as well. All you have to do right now is head over to factormeals.com/Cox50 and use code COX50 to get 50% off. That's code COX50 at factormeals.com/Cox50 to get 50% off. All right, Crendor, let's go to traffic. Traffic out there.
Oh man, traffic is crazy still from the holidays, partially because you got guys going to the Girl Rock concert. It's pretty backed up out there on the old 485. So maybe take the side roads. Back to you.
You know what's even crazier about that? Is across the street was like an old Shinto temple.
Oh.
It was in the middle of downtown LA, and then across the street, I think it was a Shinto I don't know, it was a temple of some sort. Huh. And crazy. I don't understand. Oh, and when it let out, this is how I don't understand downtown LA. I'm not there much. So we're at this rock venue, and it's on the side of a street that looks like a bunch of rundown warehouses. Across the street is the most beautiful temple I've ever seen, some Japanese temple. And then, for some reason, in the air, it smelled like someone was baking fresh bread. I have no idea what was going on. But I'll be honest, I loved it.
Maybe somebody was baking fresh bread.
I feel like there might have been a factory or something down there where they were baking bread, because it smelled not just like one loaf of bread. It smelled like the entire area. We were outside, and the entire area smelled of fresh bread.
Yeah, it must have been a factory or something.
I looked around. I couldn't see one, but maybe it was hidden somewhere. But man, it was a post-midnight bake-off, and I'm here for it.
Or it was just like chemicals.
I mean, most of the time it is. Let's not pretend. Well, every time you smell something, you're like, wow, I love that smell. New car smell, plastic smell, new book smell. It's all just chemicals.
Yeah.
Wood smells. It's all chemicals.
Yeah. Listen, you got to smell something every once in a while.
You got to stop and smell the chemicals, man.
Yeah. Come on. That's the traffic.
All right. Let's go to weather.
Ooh, weather. We got a weather request for Curacao.
Speaking of weather, hold on. Did you see over on Twitter?
I did.
We got a photo from the Chinese burger place.
Yep.
It looks delicious.
It actually does, yeah.
The fries look like any fries you could get anywhere, but the burgers look thick and good. I'd eat that fried rice in a heartbeat. I'm not a big fan of sushi with a bunch of stuff on it, but
yeah.
That's not for me, so I don't care. But those burgers look delicious.
They really do. Surprisingly good.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
That's fine. We have a weather request for Crendor, Estonia. This is the main town of Saaremaa, the second largest island in the Baltic, and is mostly known for its tranquil spas, saunas, and 700-year-old castle built by the Teutonic Order during the Northern Crusades against the last pagans in Europe.
Oh shit!
Nearby,
that sounds like a Dan Brown novel.
It does. Nearby is the massive Kali meteorite crater, which is the result of an explosion 3,500 years ago on par with the Hiroshima atomic bomb, and the impact was so large the traditional folklore from the peoples all over Northern Europe still remember it to this day.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that's wild.
You know what's even crazier is just knowing this is, it's not even on mainland Estonia. This is like a little island. I love this. Okay.
Well, currently it is 16 degrees Fahrenheit in Crendor, Saaremaa, Estonia. Feels like 11. Humidity 100%. Pressure 30.04 inches. Visibility 6 miles. Winds at 3 miles an hour. Dew point 16. UV index 0. 8:57 a.m. sunrise. 3:42 p.m. sunset. 3:42 p.m. Oh my god. Moon phase waning gibbous. Checking the 10-day. Ooh. Tuesday, 32 degrees Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy. Wednesday, 29, mostly cloudy. Thursday, 30 with PM snow showers. Friday, 27 AM snow showers. Saturday, 28 snow showers. Sunday, 32 light snow. And Monday, 35 with a wintry mix.
What's crazy about this town, and I hope it's Curacao, not Curacao,
Probably
whatever however you call this town.
Yeah.
1/3 of it is the airport.
Oh, yeah.
I guess this is how you land if you're trying to get to the island.
Yeah, that would make sense. That is a big airport.
Yeah, it's also crazy to think that, like, I mean, you were saying the sun sets early.
Yeah, like before 4 p.m.
It's almost Oslo, Stockholm. It's almost the same latitude, longitude vibe. It's way north of the United States. So yeah, that checks out. But I'm just blown away that I'm trying to figure out what's here. Mostly an airport and a bunch of places to sleep. They have a windmill restaurant. Oh my God. And everyone there looks like they're having the time of their life.
They really do. Looking through some of this place, they like even drew little things on the silverware. Hold on. This is at Saaremaa, 4.6
I
out of 5.
I love it. It's little tiny. Yes, it's, you know what? It falls in line with all of the things that we like in marketing. If you draw a little doodle on your product, we will buy that product.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at this place, the windmill restaurant, Veski or whatever.
Yeah.
Saaremaa Veski, whatever. Dude, they have just the most delicious bread bowl looking soup I've ever seen, and I want that so badly.
Oh my God, yeah, they got some good looking soup.
They got burgers. They got weird art. You know, I mean, they got weird art. Look at this artwork. Try to describe this artwork to people, please.
All right, this is, oh God, a naked drunk Viking man with my body. Old lady that looks like she casts spells on people.
Yep.
A creepy looking woman that's like side eyeing a different Viking guy that's also like side eyeing her, and they're just like, hey, we're gonna bang. And there's like big nose Jimmy who's just sniffing the sausages and the table.
Yeah, he does look like that World War II guy that's like looking over the edge of the rocks, whatever that guy's called.
Yep. And then a lot of kegs of alcohol, and then these two old people that are just like, gosh, this is a swell table of food.
The best part is there's a pig on the table, and it looks like it's giving a side eye to everyone. Like, you gonna try and eat me? I don't know what. Like, it's great. But the best part is outside. Like, look at. There's one plate of food. This is how I know I love this place, man. We need to get more on the charcuterie train here in America. This is 3 plates of food. The one in the middle is like pickles and cheese and meats, and one on the side is some weird ass bread, and then the one on the other side is some deep fried foods. That looks like a great night.
That does look like a great night. I mean, I've eaten some good charcuterie places. Maybe you just haven't gone to enough.
I mean, no, I'm just saying I want it everywhere.
Yeah.
I want to have the option to have little bites everywhere I go, not just a place that's, Plus, they also have a DJ. Also, this DJ and everyone in this photo is a gorgeous blonde, which is hilarious to me.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that checks out. That's upsetting.
Oh my God. Yeah.
They're all beautiful. Perfect.
They got sangrias. They got full-on fish.
Yeah, that place looks great. I'm trying to find anything that is more basic. You know what I mean? Oh, Viking Burger. See, this is what I'm talking about. Viking Burger looks like the most basic burger place I've ever seen. It also appears to be in a gas station, I think. I don't know.
Viking Burger.
But Viking Burger, yeah. Oh, I can kind of try and read the menu. But it's not really, there's the Kana Burger, and there's the jalapeno burger. Yeah, I mean, okay. All right. The thing is, the prices seem very affordable.
They do.
Is that French fries are is that €3? You get a big ass thing of fries? I'm here for that. Anyway, you see, this looks like a normal meal. Doesn't look terrific, but it looks fine.
I mean, overall, this place looks great.
Most places do. Every time we look outside the U.S., I'm just like, come on. Really?
They do. They do also have like 10 spas all around.
Oh, yeah. You know what? But
Yeah.
the Northern European curse of pizza continues. I found a pizza place. I don't know what the hell these pizzas are, dude. This pizza, you can, I guess it's some sort of like white meat and pineapple pizza. I don't know what that is. And then down further is some kind of pizza that looks like maybe pepperoni, except it's just salami, but also jalapenos.
Huh.
Yeah. The curse continues. I couldn't tell you what half these pizzas are.
Don't like that.
Yeah. All right, you know what? Not everything can be great.
That's true. Yeah. Not everything's great, but most of it is.
Yeah, but most.
And that's the weather.
All right, let's go to sports.
Sports. We had sports. We had NFL football yesterday. Big stuff. We had the
big stuff.
Cowboys beat the Seahawks Thursday. We had the Colts beat the Titans. The Chargers barely beat the Patriots. Lions beat the Saints. Falcons beat the Jets. Cardinals beat the Steelers. Dolphins beat the Commanders. Texans beat the Broncos. Bucks beat the Panthers. Rams beat the Browns. 49ers beat the Eagles. And the Packers beat the Chiefs. That was a great one.
Good.
And then the NBA standings. Currently got the Boston Celtics in first. In the Eastern Conference, the Timberwolves in first in the Western Conference. And then over in hockey, you got the Boston Bruins and the New York Rangers, two best in the East. And you got the Golden Knights and the Avalanche and the Canucks, the best in the West. And that is sports.
Okay, what is our fact of the day?
Fact of the day. The world's largest waterfall is underwater.
Well, that's not fair. You can't just say that.
Why not?
All right, let's hear it. Is it going to be like, technically, the water doesn't fall. It merely moves downward the slope. All right, let's hear what it is.
All right. There are underwater waterfalls in the ocean. At the Denmark Strait, the cold water from the Nordic Sea is denser than the Irminger Sea's warm water, making it drop almost 2 miles down at 123 million cubic feet per second.
Now, is it against the rock, or is it just too like a hot water, low water, cold water situation where they hit each other and then the hot water forces the cold water down?
I don't know.
Cool. All right. Well, glad we know that fact.
Somebody will know. Somebody in the comments.
Yeah. Someone will figure it out.
Yeah. In fact, I looked it up, and then somebody has like a super YouTube thumbnail about it. Hold on, here you go. That kind of explains it, actually.
Admittedly, it looks cool as shit.
Yeah. It does look pretty cool, actually. It looks like the world is falling into itself.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. All right, you know what? This wins. This is pretty cool. That does underwater waterfall. That looks pretty cool.
It does.
I wonder, someone had to have gotten sucked into that, right? Like, how do they figure out
100%.
that's a waterfall?
Yeah, no, somebody's gotten sucked into that 100%. In fact, probably numerous people that haven't even lived to tell the tale.
I would imagine, yeah, if you're getting sucked into a 200-foot waterfall that goes at however fast a second, no. You're done. You're donezo.
And that's your fact of the day.
All right. What is our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day. Day. Very hungry.
You are, or just the article?
The article is, I guess.
I like to imagine you walk into the kitchen, toast is there, and you go, very hungry.
She'd be like, okay. Video shows Florida mammal swiping food delivery order off a porch.
You know, while we're talking about Florida, before we do, the trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6 released today.
I heard that, yeah.
It is the most Florida man game I've ever seen. I hope it's co-op because I would love to play it with you. The entire thing is, watch the trailer, Crendor. It's literally like, welcome to Florida, the game.
I mean, that does sound great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can co-op that. That'd be fantastic.
There's multiple shots of people fending off alligators. There's an alligator going to a convenience store. Like, we should get royalties for some of this, I think.
I agree. Definitely. Even if it's 0.05%.
I don't even need that. 0.0005%.
Yeah.
We'd be millionaires.
Oh, yeah, we would. I'd even take 100,000 airs.
You know what? Me too.
Longwood, Florida. A fast food loving black bear stole a $45 Taco Bell order from the front porch of a home in Orlando's suburb of Longwood moments before the Uber Eats driver delivered it. Moments after. I was like, wait, before.
Hijack the car and beat up the driver, taking the food.
This is no Florida man story, as there's no evidence of a Floridian dressed in a bear costume that stole the food. Rather, the criminal was a real-life Florida bear, estimated
named Hank the Tank.
Estimated to weigh 300 to 400 pounds.
Hell yeah, it's Hank, all right.
That's Hank.
They tried to put Hank away. Hank fled to Florida.
He's like, I'm getting Taco Bell. He loves Taco Bell.
He loves Taco Bell, Hank.
The caper happened Friday, and it was captured on the home's Ring camera. The video shows the beast sauntering up to the front door, grabbing the bag in its mouth, then a short time later, comes back to steal the drinks.
Well, ate the food and was like, oh man, I need something to wash that down.
They needed that Baja Blast.
Here's my problem. I know there are people who like this. So when I say who, I mean I know who, but who leaves who lets the delivery guy come up to the front door, leave the food, and then you just don't get it immediately?
Yeah, most people are like ready to get it right away because you're hungry.
Yeah, if you order food, then you're like, I'm too busy to get that food. Why'd you order food then?
Yeah, that's a great
question. It's gonna be cold by the time. Like that's the human's problem. The bear just took advantage of your laziness. I'm gonna say it.
Yeah. I mean, he saw an opportunity and he took it.
Yeah, that bear has more go get 'em attitude than the person who got the food.
Yeah.
That bear should have that person's job. Show up at the office, like, oh, so you're the new replacement? Okay, I like the attitude.
Quote, he came and grabbed the food, then he came again for the soda, Nicole Castro told the TV station. When the family opened the front door about 10 minutes later, they captured their reaction. The bear took the food. Uber Eats reimbursed the family for the stolen food. Well,
I mean, all right, happy ending all around.
Yeah, bear got his Taco Bell. Family got their money back. Yeah. Everybody's happy. In fact,
maybe that'll teach them now not to just. Why not meet the guy? I don't understand why you wouldn't meet the guy at the door. It just doesn't make sense to me.
It really doesn't. Or like you have like 1 minute, like it'll tell you on your phone, right? Like, hey, your stuff's here, and you're like, oh, okay.
It'll pop up like, hey, your guy's on your street.
Yeah. So I don't know what they're doing, but yeah, the bear's the real winner here.
Yep. You know what? That bear earned that food.
He did. And he did. And that's your big news story of the day.
All right. That's it for us. Thanks so much for listening or watching. I've enjoyed this podcast. Crendor, hit it with the socials.
We got socials. Go pre-order a Crocky. Link in the description. Also, go listen to more of this podcast. YouTube.com/Cox and Crendor podcast. All one word. You can listen to all the episodes there. Everything broken down in the playlist by year or just the one big playlist. You can listen to it all. Also, YouTube.com/Cox and Crendor. That's where all the animations are. Very funny. Go watch some of those. Also, if you missed us talking on Friday where I had to wake up at 10 a.m., the Geekender show on Jesse's channel, youtube.com Jesse Cox. You can see us talking, the three of us, for an hour and a half. Me, Jesse, Dodger. Wow, crazy.
That's true.
That's true. Also, youtube.com/Crendor. I got more pointless top 10s. Also, Twitch TV Jesse Cox, Twitch TV Crendor, Facebook Jesse Cox, Facebook Crendor, Twitter Jesse Cox, Twitter Crendor, Instagram Notorious Cox, Instagram Crendor's taken, TikTok Jesse Cox, TikTok Crendor, and Patreon Jesse Cox, Patreon Crendor, and that's it.
All right. Well, that's it for us. See you next time, and as always,
Woo!
to be continued.